लगइन गरौँ सिस्टमको हेरौँ के छ स्टेटस यहाँ चाहिँ यो सिस्टममा अहिले हेर्दाखेरि हामीसँग एउटा हार्ड डिस्क हैन एउटा फिजिकल हार्ड डिस्क छ अब यसमा चाहिँ अर्को 5 वटा भर्चुअल हार्ड डिस्क हालौँ है न्यू सेटिङ्स फाइलमा गएर यसको कन्ट्रोलर सिलेक्ट गर्ने हार्ड डिस्कमा जाने एड हार्ड डिस्क गर्ने या न्यू गर्ने डाइनामिक HDD1 है यसको साइज चाहिँ मैले 5 GB या 10 GB 10 GB 10 GB दिएँ है त एउटा भयो फेरि कनेक्टर सिलेक्ट गर्ने हार्ड डिस्क सिलेक्ट गर्ने न्यू गर्ने HDD2 साइज यसको 10 GB As you can see, here we just added 5 new IDs, right?
Yes.
All of the 5 IDs having their size 10 GB, right?
Yes.
Now, in the virtual machine here, let's run disk management. Disk management. Here we can see all of the hard disks related to this computer. This one, these 2, these 3, 4, 5, right?
Yes.
Online, make online all of the disk. Or even we can do another way. So let's first of all make it online. It's showing that this is not at initialize, right? It's not at initialize.
Yes.
It's like the disk, right? Then right level server manager. Here we can see file and storage services.
Yes, sir.
After that, we can see all of the volumes. Okay, all of the disk here. Can you see? It's saying it's unknown. It is saying it's unknown. So
Yes, no.
storage pool, we can see it's not in a slide, but it's available. That's why it's showing that this one very modern. Okay, and here we can see all of the physical hard disk. Here, this is the area of virtual hard disk, which means it's a RAID one. Okay, so
Yes.
if we are doing RAID, all of the RAID machine, all of the RAID hard disk, we can see here in the virtual disk, right?
Yes.
But right now we didn't do any kind of RAID configuration into this PC. That's why there is no nothing. But here we can see all of the disk that we added into this PC, right?
Yes.
Here we can see. Now, what we will do here, let's create virtual hard disk. Okay. So it's asking for the pool. Can you see here?
Yes.
First create the pool and then after it can be RAID configuration. So let's create the pool. Pool means collection or disk group. Okay. So here I'm going to assign their name RAID pool. It's okay.
Yes.
Next, here we can select all of the disk, right?
Yes.
So altogether it's been 50 GB. Next, let's confirm this one. So here we can see confirm that the following are the connected settings and then create. So all is done. Let's create it. It's just grouping all of the disks together, right?
Yes.
And then after, it's asking for one more question here. If we will check this one, it will automatically start the disk wizard. Okay. And let's suppose if we don't, which means it's not really start. It's not been started. So here we can see we had this one pool. Inside this pool we'll have these all of the disks here. Now we can create virtual by using the same pool. Okay. And then after we can see virtual disk name. So let's say I'm going to assign RAID 5. Okay. RAID 5. Next. Next. Can you see here?
So,
Simple. What does it mean? It means data is stripped across physical disk, maximizing capacity and increasing in throughput, but decreasing reliability. This storage layout requires at least one disk and does not protect you from disk failure. What does it mean? if you are trying to create simple disk column or
Yes.
simple RAID, it is known as a what is called this one? Simple disk means disk zero, okay? RAID zero, not disk zero, RAID zero. Okay,
Yes.
so in the RAID zero, all of the disks will be added, integrated with each other. The throughput is very high, but disadvantage of the RAID zero or simple disk, we could say, if any one of these gonna to failure, all of data will lose.
Loss.
Okay, so
Yes.
this is the simple or RAID zero. Here mirror means RAID one. So here we can see data is striped across physical disk, which means data will stripe across all of the physical disk, okay, and creating two or three copy of the data, right?
Yeah.
This increase reliability, but reduce reduces capacity, okay, and also to protect against a single disk failure, okay. So use at least two disks, okay,
Yes.
and if you are using three in a cluster to protect against two disk failure. So you should need at least five disks, okay?
Yes. Yes.
Because here the requirement is at least five disks if you are looking for two disk failure, okay?
Yes.
So whatever we'll have in a disk, primary disk, the same thing replicated to the secondary disk, and if anyhow, or if some of accidental things happen to your server, and let's suppose that you have lose one of the disk from your RAID uh, mirror. Actually, it's not RAID in a mirror. So at the time, you will survive because here we need at least two disks. Two disks means one is the primary one, the other one is the secondary one. So if anything happened to the primary disk, secondary disk is a standby. Okay, so secondary disk take place to the primary disk. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
so this is the mirror, and especially mirror disk will utilize for the operating system. Okay, mirror disk will utilize for the operating system. So most of the cases, operating system having more issue comparison to any others. Okay,
Yes.
most of the cases will get that your hard disk or system file or something, might be by the cause of, um, driver updates, will have problem with the operating system. So uh, here, it's always, it's a best practice that we should always use mirror disk for the operating system and parity disk for the data. Okay. So
Yes.
here, if you are looking into the parity disk, it's known as RAID 5 or RAID 10. Okay, here we can see data and parity information are striped across physical disk, increasing reliability, but somewhat reducing capability and performance. So what does it mean? So if you are using three disks, at the end, we'll get two disk space to utilize. One of them, or one of the disk space, not them, one of the disk space is going to reserve for the parity in all of the physical disk. Okay,
Yes.
and if anything happened to a single hard disk or somehow a single hard disk failure happened to your server, what will what will be the benefit of parity, that we can replace that hard disk to the newer one and automatically parity will recover their data. and also allocate parity storage space into that new physical hard disk. Okay, so these all are the actual algorithm. Okay, and that algorithm utilize themselves or itself into our operating system or into a RAID system actually. So here we can see, uh, and here it's also what it is saying that to protect against single disk failure, you will have to use three disks together, right?
Yes.
To protect against two disk failure, you will use at least seven disks. So their prices, their expenses are going higher, right?
Yes.
Because seven disks, and we can use only uh, if there are two disk failure, which means double parity. We should maintain them. So for the double parity, we need seven disks where we can use up to five disks of spaces for our on purpose and two disks of storage spaces for the parity purpose. Okay.
Yes.
So then after only machine or system can hold, or they can gonna to survive itself, even multiple disk failure happen to the server. Is it clear?
Yes.
So now let's create either mirror or parity. Okay. For now, we are just testing this one, but even in a simple. So if we are going to use the simple, which means we're gonna to use all of the disk is storage space. Okay.
Yes.
But if anything happened to a single disk, or if any circumstances, simple disk, one of their hard disk, physical hard disk, if something happened to their physical hard disk, will lose all of the data. But here in the mirror disk, for two disk failure or one disk failure, right? Here we can see it's a mirroring disk. So same data replicated to each other. So if any one of these is going to failure, at that time another disk takes parity disk is like this. So let me go through the mirror disk here. Here we can see two-way or three-way, right? So
Yes.
two-way means single disk failure and three-way means double disk failure.
Yes.
But three-way, it requires five disks and two-way, it requires two disks. Is it clear?
Yes.
So here, let's create three disks because we already added to our server
Yes.
five disks there, right? So we
Yes.
can utilize this one. So we will fix our theme. Okay. So theme means it's automatically resize, and fix means it's not resize. It will be a fixed disk, right? So if you
Yes.
are adding if you are doing like fixed disk up to 10 GB or 20 GB, that 20 GB is a hard-coded kind of storage space. But if you are doing thin, like VMware,
Yes.
their space will be increased up to their maximum utilization space.
Yes.
So here I'm going to use any one of them. There will be no problem for me because we are just testing this one. We are just practicing this one. So here you can see specify the disk space. It's asking for the disk space. Okay. Here we can see maximum size. If we are going for the fixed disk, here we can see the same one, right? So here it been showing that okay, only 14 GB of storage pool are there, right? Or we can declare maximum. Okay,
Yes.
so here we can see all together virtual. Here red pool where status is okay, free space is 46.2, and here virtual disk name is red pipe, okay, and here we can see storage tier disable
Yes.
and storage layout is mirror, right? Resiliency type three-way mirror, right? So two disk failure, it can be bare, right? And provisional type is fixed. Total requested size is 40. enclosure awareness none, right?
Yes.
If you are going to the specified is, let me assign here, 5 dish, right? So in the 5 dish, 2 dish failure, so 2 dish and 30 GB. Can you see?
And I accept the student for capacity.
Because here it can show that only 14 GB spaces are there. So
Yes.
even we are using 50 GB of space, we can got only this one 14 GB. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go back to the parity disk. Let's have a look into this one. Thin or fix are also here. How much space we'll get into this one?
96. 96.
26, right?
Yes.
So 26, yeah, total is the 50, right? So
Yes.
50% here we can use, right? 50%. Because this one parity is it's taking place up to, let's say we are using 5 days, so two of them, which means 20 GB. Okay, we could say 70% of space we can utilize for our own purpose, and 30% of this space is gonna for the or reserved for the parity purpose. Okay,
Yes.
so here that's why we are getting more storage space. But if we are going for the mirror, here we can see either two-way or three-way. If we are looking for the two-way, can you see here? It's going for the 20 GB, right?
Yes.
So 20 GB. So altogether, we are going to take only 20 GB of storage space. Rest of, because it's not clearly 10 GB, okay? There's something here we can see that how much of total storage we will have. It's showing 40.2, right? 40.2, right? 46.
Yes.
So while doing mirroring, it's not going to take all of the space, or it's not going for the, like sum of percentage, it's not going to take that one. So 40 means 20. 47.4, it's not reliable for the, or 46.2, 6.2 is not reliable for the rate, especially while we are doing with mirror. Okay, so
Yes.
mirror means it exactly hold, or it exactly holds the 50% of total entire space. Okay, so here 40 means 2020.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not 21 or 22. No, it's not going to count that one. That's why we'll get this type of information here. Hmm, mirror. Okay, yeah, I'm going to use either, if we are looking into two-way, at that point we will get 20 GB, right?
Yes.
We are looking for three-way,
Three.
at that point more
14.
6 GB, it's going for the secondary, or we could say standby, because it's going to um, survive it themselves. Even two hard is become failure. So this is the reason. Okay.
Yes.
So if you are looking for three-way, okay, let's create it. After that, we can see. So RAID is created now. The
Yes.
last step is it's asking for the volume. Okay,
Yes.
so group created, RAID configured is created. Now we need to create volume, which means a storage space by utilizing their all of the disk space. So here I'm not going to do this one. You can see here we'll have fixed size of 14 GB, right?
Yes.
Here we can create
Yes.
volume. Okay,
Yes.
this is the group. This is the member of hard disk, right? These are the member of hard disk. Here we just create a group RAID pool, right?
Yes.
And then after we did virtual disk, after that, the final step is to create volume. Okay, I'm going to create volume to utilize. Here, it's asking for the drive letter. We will leave it as it is. Here, it's asking for the volume level, partition, file system, their allocation, unit size, right? Block size of
Yes. Yes.
inside the hard disk. Now you can see. So here we'll have 5 disks and altogether we'll get 14 GB of space.
Yes.
After investing 50 GB of storage space price, right? We'll get only 14 GB, so 3 times, right?
Yes.
Because it's mirroring all of the disks together. So at the end, we'll get this much only. Here we can see this one, right?
Yes.
Open this one, copy some files from here. Okay, so this is the disk. Here we can see, the data inside it, right?
Yes.
Paste. So here we can see this is the disk, right?
Yes.
And all together we'll have 5 disks. Let's make variance. Okay,
Yes.
so here under this we can see 2 disks are there, right? This is the storage, this is the pool, and here we'll get this one finally. Okay, if you are looking into disk management here, can you see system
Yes.
recognize this 14 GB storage space as a single disk, right?
Yes.
But before we had here 5 disks are there, right?
Yes.
But after making RAID, system is just recognizing a single hard disk. Now, if somehow our one of the physical hard disk gonna to failure, what will happen? Let's have a look at it. So here we'll have altogether this much. Now I'm going to remove one of the disk here, right? This is
Yes.
the physical server where we inserted 5 more disks are there, right? And I'm
Yes.
going to, uh, for the failurance, testing the failurance, okay? What will happen if we remove a single hard disk from this server, okay?
Yes.
Let's refresh this one. Can you see here?
Yes.
What?
Lost
Lose,
communication.
lost communication, right?
Yes.
It's a lost communication. But even we can access data, okay? Even we can access data here. Can you see this one?
Yes.
So we just make one disk failure here. Let me do another test. I'm going to remove one more disk from here and let's have a look what will happen. So, remove. Okay, refresh this one. Hmm.
Yes.
So two disk failure happened to our server. Even we'll have this data here, right?
Yes.
Even we can survive. Okay.
Yes.
So after two disk failures happen to this server, but we can survive ourselves, and later on we need to replace these two disks from the physical server, right? And it
Yes.
will recognize the failures and it can gonna to um, merge those disks into their group. Okay.
Yes.
So here we can see repair virtual disk, right?
Yes.
So this repair virtual disk will gonna to repair all of their physical disk. Okay. But if somehow let's suppose it's just setting there, somehow it just set, or somehow their connection is loose. Okay. And if connection is loose, which means nothing, right? Which means nothing. So here we can
Mm.
add that existing hard disk, right? So
Yes.
for this 4 and this 5. So this 4, okay, apply, and one more. Let's have a look here. What will happen, right?
Yes.
It's integrated. It's saying it's integrated, right?
Automatically integrate.
Automatically integrated. We're going to add another one. Browse 5, refresh it, done.
Yes.
And here let's repair this one, which is okay.
Yes.
So this is just a somehow if there is hacking happen to your server hard is gonna to lose their connection, right?
Yeah.
So the in that case we'll just reconnect. Okay, just remove those all of the hard disk and insert it properly. Okay,
Yeah.
and let's have a look into this one. If nothing happened,
Yes.
which means server hard is having issue, it's not readable or it's a crash or somehow they are damaged.
Yes.
So how will survive or how will you gonna to add a new hard disk into it. So uh, see the same scenario here. Let me remove this one. Going to remove. So one of our disk, let's suppose it's working, but the another one it's not. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll just add a new hard disk here. Okay.
Yes.
Just add a new physical hard disk. I'm going for the D6, right?
Yes.
And here storage space would be either greater than their size or at least equal to their size. Okay.
Yes.
Don't insert or don't put any hard disk which has belongs to the lower side of this storage space. Okay.
Yes.
So here we can see I just added a new hard disk here. Let's refresh this one. Slide that is first, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then after the press here, now here we can see remove disk. Okay. Window will attempt to rebuild any virtual disk that store data in this physical disk, right? For
Yes.
this to succeed, the storage will must have sufficient number of physical disks, right?
Yes.
So here we'll have new disk, right? Or add physical disk. So here this is the physical disk, right?
Yes.
The one we added. So let's add this disk to the same group. Okay.
Yes.
Now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 disks, right?
Yes.
And then after remove the damaged one, it's retiring. Okay.
Yes.
This disk become part of RAID, right? The new hard disk. So we don't have any other, right?
Yes.
Completed, right?
Yes.
So when completed, when it's freed now, with very good, right? Can you see it's already integrated and everything is going good, right? And we can access also all of the information, all of the data integration, right? So this is how we'll configure RAID through the server manager.